I just wanted to share some things with some people in Facebook because some people know and some people don't. Like, I was a single mom with three children, one with sickle cell disease, and it was really difficult. But I never took it on as a difficult task. I just ran head on into raising my children, and I always wanted to give my children the very best of education. I remember my oldest dad telling me one time that why did my daughter have to be in such an expensive school? And he never helped me with her school fees. And I was determined that I would give my kids the best opportunity that an education could give them. The best schools, if I could afford it, they were going to go if they got accepted. Hey, April, how's the weather in West End? Rainy? Well, I know you have the best view anyhow. It could afford to rain because that view from your house across the street to the ocean, magnificent. And my daughter with sickle cell disease all of my kids have always excelled in school, but she had a really hard time. A really hard time because she was very sick with sickle cell in her younger age, hospitalized more than 100 times. And I just did. You never know how strong you are until your back is up against the wall. And her having sickle cell didn't move me in terms of being afraid. I just pushed forth. And Lucrezia completed St. John's College. She spent 12 years at St. John's. And she graduated with credit. Now, this girl had missed so much school, but she never, ever let that push her aside or count her out. And she wanted to go to college. Oh, she wanted to go to college. And I wanted her to go too. But when she graduated in 2012, I did not have all the necessary tools, funding, to send her to school. But I was trying, and she was disappointed. And all of her friends went right off to university, and she couldn't go. But, I said to Lucrezia, you want to be a doctor, you want to do blood, let's do what we can. So then she decided to take a course at Doctor's Hospital. I think she was the youngest at the time to become a phlebotomist. So she went and she was awarded her phlebotomy certificate. And she just kept on saying, Mommy, I'm getting accepted into schools. I want to go off to school. And I wanted her to go too. So I told her the next day we were going to go by the House of Assembly because I wanted to go see Perry Christie. And we got dressed, and I got to the House of Assembly. And some small voice in my head told me to speak to Brave Davis. He and I knew each other, but we didn't have any friendship that was, hey, how you doing? Nothing beyond that. Nothing beyond that. And I told Brave Davis my story. I said, Mr. Davis, I have a daughter. I get emotional right now because you only need somebody to believe in you. You hear me? Single women, I'm telling you all, don't give up on your children. I told Mr. Davis about Lucrezia and her wanting to go to school, her being accepted in school, and what I needed for her to go. He listened. He took out his phone and he made a call to his office. I didn't need money. I just needed somebody to believe in me and my daughter. And my daughter was able to go off to school. She was able to go to Miami-Dade because that was what I could afford. It wasn't the top university, but it was a good university, a good college, recognized. And she always had this dream of becoming a doctor. And I wanted her dreams to come true. I wanted her to be the doctor. She wanted to find the cure for sickle cell. She wanted to help people with sickle cell disease, people with cancer, people with lupus. And we pushed, and she went. She was 19 years old when she went off to school. And then she graduated and received her associate's in arts degree from Miami-Dade. See, I put these up on my wall as a reminder to myself that I am special, and so are my children. And there's nobody, I don't care how much money people have. I don't care who they know. Each one of us is special. Single moms, your children are special. Invest in your children, believe in your children, believe in yourself. Decrizia graduated from Miami-Dade with her associates, and she applied to FIU for a bachelor's degree. And she went. But I want to tell you how one good seed helps another seed. Whilst Decrizia was in university, when she went off, she was 19. I have this next daughter who always wanted to be a neurosurgeon. Always wanted to be a neurosurgeon. Ben Carson, she read every book as a child. She spoke everything as a child. She was very sharp in school. And she said, Mommy, I want to go off to school. And I decided at that point that I would send her to Decrizia. My children have never given me any problems. Drinking, outing, disrespectful, nothing. So I was confident. I sent my 13-year-old to live in Miami with her older sister who was 19. And she went to school. She had graduated from Bayview Academy here in Nassau. And she made the top list at the primary school education award. Very sharp young girl, wanted to do big things. And she went off to Miami, and she entered a charter school for advanced kids for math and science. And she excelled. And she too graduated. While she was in high school, she was able to go to college in high school. She was chosen, see this here? Marco Rubio, the senator. This is from Marco Rubio. I don't know if you can see, well, this may not be the letter from Marco Rubio, but she was awarded this and chosen to go off to Boston to the National Academy of Future Physicians and Medical Scientists Award of Excellence to go to a seminar because they saw a talent in her. All of these are hers. These are hers. You know, I wish I can put up every one of these in a frame. Then she was the Society of Torch and Laurel, the National Society of High School Graduates, all these outstanding certificates. And then Marco Rubio, the senator of Florida, sent her a letter. So the seed that Brave Davis allowed to get water and start to grow helped another seed. Decrizia, while in FIU, was a 4.0 student, also at Miami-Dade. And she was awarded and put into all these different honor societies. Excellence. Excellence. Then one day in the mail, I was visiting her. I got this in the mail, and I opened her letter. That's where she lived. And this letter was for the Presidential Inauguration Leadership Summit, an invitation to the inauguration. Now, I was so excited. We were so excited because we thought Hillary Clinton was going to win. Child, we was going to dress out. But the Crizia was also given the opportunity to submit a question to see if, out of thousands of children, bright-minded children, and the Crizia's question was selected. And I think the lady is Carly Farina. She was the female candidate who ran for the Republican during the period to become the nominee for the presidential race. My daughter went to Washington to the inauguration by herself. Then she was turned around and was awarded the opportunity to either go to China, Australia, or Austria. And she picked Australia. She went by herself to Australia, 29 miles. I did not sleep. I did not sleep until she got into Australia, to Brisbane and all the different places she was supposed to go. But I hear everybody talking about it's politics time, and yes, people talking about Brave Davis. But I come to tell you all today, I know Brave Davis. He gave me an opportunity. He gave my daughter an opportunity. I didn't say money, I said an opportunity. How many of you just need an opportunity? Many of you, I know I was like you, single mother, raising children and wanting the best for your children, pushing them in their education, because once my children have education, no one could take anything from them. They could travel the world and do what they're supposed to do with the education they have. So I want you all to know that if Mr. Davis didn't take 1 minute to give me the chance to tell him what I wanted to say, to ask somebody to listen to me, give me and my daughter an opportunity. Sometimes that's all you need, is somebody to give you an opportunity, somebody to pull you up. It ain't all about money, it's about opportunity. And I believe this day that Brave Davis is going to do that for the Bahamas. Give all of us, each one, it doesn't matter your political persuasion, because if he becomes the prime minister, which I am hoping, he's never separated PLP DNA. He's helped all. And so with that compassion and that empathy, and you know, he's always kept in touch with the Crizia, always wanting to know what she's doing, what is the next plan. That's all you need. That's all you need, is for somebody to believe in you. Now today, my daughter, the Crizia, will be graduating in April with her master's degree in hospital administration and epidemiology. She wants to be a doctor in epidemiology, and so that's the last step in that angle. But I know her name will be heard all through this Commonwealth, because she has a heart and she wants to do well for this Commonwealth. So to this day, whoever may hear me, know this, that when you have somebody outside of politics who cares about people, in politics, who cares about people, as a member of parliament who cares about people, I know as a prime minister, he will care for all of us. He will make many, 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 many differences in people's lives. It's not about him. It's about all of us. And we too have a responsibility to do what he did for me. It may not be great, but I too have to help somebody along the way. And I try my best to do that all the time. Because what is it to gain all these things and the people beside you can't have the same happiness. I want all my friends whose children want to go off to school to be able to go to school and be proud and have an education. We have smart people in this Bahamas, smart young people, and we need to allow the smart young people to have the opportunity. Yes, older people, guide them, pull them up, strengthen them because they have the wisdom, but they don't have the expertise. We need expertise. We need expertise. So even the people who are in their 40s and 50s, we all to the 20s and 30s. So when they start talking about old people, they talking about us. We need to get out of the way. But it's us who have the expertise. We've done it. We've been there. So you can't throw us out and only have the babies because they need us. They need wisdom. Yes, I'm a PLP, and I am a proud PLP. I don't tell people what to vote. I know what I vote and why I'm voting it. I can say that I believe in the 39 Progressive Liberal Party members of Parliament. The women that are there, I stand by them. I give them all of my support because I know those ladies have the same mandate. I've seen it in their homes with their children and their families. They want the best for their children, and they're going to want the best for their constituents. You all just got to give them a chance. But don't go pulling people down because y'all don't know sometimes what they have given, what families have sacrificed for their mommy or daddy to be out there to give to the whole Commonwealth. But I want to say thank you, Philip Brave Davis, in believing in Kayla, and believing in Decrizia, and believing in Exant and Alexander. Exant is going to be graduating in April, 1 year early with her bachelor's degree, and then she goes off to medical school. I'm a proud mummy. I'm a proud mummy. I am a proud mummy. And yes, like I said, this picture stares at this wall because I get to see and I get to look at what my children are doing. And they are going to be great citizens. They are great citizens. So, for all of you who don't know Mr. Davis, that's just a glimpse of him. But it's a personal touch to the great man. He's brave. He's really brave. Because when you could believe in other people, just believe them by their words, you gotta be brave. So, I'm just telling y'all, for who may not know him, that he's a great man. Very humble, very humble. Hey, cuz, Dee, well, you know my story. You know our story because you've been there, you've been through it. And my kids, listen, I am so happy and proud of them. Shortly, my son will soon be on his way as well. And so, this is my paid political message to me. I say, Brave Davis, I'm riding the wave because I know you care, you have compassion, you have empathy, you have love, and you listen. That's important. You listen to people. So thank you. Thank you. And see y'all soon. Mwah.